What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. Grab your snacks, do what we gotta do, and be sure to hit that like button so we can get in the algorithm. All right, let's get right into this thing.
I can't lie to y'all. Y'all can't tell me that makeup is not witchcraft. This woman just wiped her whole nose off and put tissue on her nose to reform her nose. And why do she have tape on her chin to keep her chiseled? I'm so serious. Like, this is an enhancement. Can y'all please tell me what in the enhancement spell, Cinderella fairy godmother spell, is going on here? I'm so convinced that makeup is literally witchcraft. Like I just seen in this video, this woman looked totally different from when she took that makeup off. And the people that be putting all this makeup on to look like a whole different person, y'all gotta learn how to love yourself, man. God made y'all how he wanted to make y'all. And I know some people be doing it because they want to fall in love, but why would you want somebody to fall in love with somebody that's not you, gang? I'm just saying. But I'm curious, gang, do y'all think makeup to this extent is witchcraft? I'm just saying. It gotta be. It gotta be. Y'all let me know in the comments.
That is crazy.
God took dirt.
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually crazy. That her makeup even made her look that different, right? What are you talking about?
God took dirt.
Levels to healing. The first thing is sunlight.
She a Pisces, she don't excite me. She a Leo, her mood kinda feisty. Capricorn, man, she move kinda private. She a Cancer, let's fuck on the island. She a Taurus, she could be shiesty. Sagittarius, she's such a dime piece. No, you cannot go wrong with a Virgo, but I'm making a Gemini wife. She a Libra, I do not think she's a keeper. Aquarius friend, man, I think she's a eater. Aries, she gon' blow up when she heated. Scorpio, sting her a bitch when I need her. Find me a spiritual bitch, need a reading. Find me a girl who could cook with some seasoning. She need that wop in her water, not breathing. I'm looking for fine shit, not no damn heathen. She a Pisces.
Reason why the world is so messed up is because of this person right here. The school system, jobs, banking, mortgages, they own everything. It's a deeper message. Do you know how they own everything? I want people to understand that this pyramid still exists. Right now, we are just the peasants living our life every day. So many people walking around every day not realizing we are just serfs and peasants. We are just slaves in the system that we live in. The Matrix is a big ass store and they use people like we are products. You ever ask yourself, when you go to work, why do they call it labor? When a woman is about to give birth, they say she's in labor. Wait, so when you do a 9-to-5 job, they call that labor. When a woman about to give birth, they call that labor. You ever ask yourself, why do newborn babies have to get their fingers printed and their foot printed? Only prisoners get fingerprinted. So when a baby is first born into the world, they got to get their foot and fingerprinted. So are they saying we are prisoners? Because the last time I checked, the only...
That is crazy. That is like, when you really think about that, like, we are just like a item to them. Like, you know how you go in the store, you scan the item, you about to check out. That's literally what we are to them. Just like nothing or nothing to them. Just we just like a barcode to them. Like, it's crazy.
The only person that get fingerprinted is criminals. The Rothschilds created this promissory note. If we take all our items and possessions and give it to them, they write us a note called the promissory note, promising one day they'll give it back. So when the baby is born, they give us a promissory note. We sign it, not knowing we're signing our child away to the Rothschild, so they can use our children for labor anytime they want. This is called slavery without people even knowing it's slavery. People are signing off their children. That's why they give people birth certificates, death certificates, bond certificates. You know what a bond certificate is? You know, if you do a crime, you can always bond yourself out of jail, right? They are telling us this whole system is a prison. Only way you can free yourself from the Matrix, you have to pay the bond. If you don't understand how the Matrix actually works, then you will be bonded to the Matrix. This whole system of kings, queens, knights, bishops, pawns, peasants, slaves, we look at it like it's just chess. No, this is real reality. The medieval times still exist today, but we are just peasants. So ask yourself why they don't care about us. When we vote, nothing get done. When we hungry, there's no food. The prices is always going up. It's because we are just slaves or peasants in this system. Rothschilds are the bankers of the world. And you put stocks and bonds and banks. We are the stocks and bonds that's in banks that's being traded from country to country, state to state. We are not really people in this world. We are just a piece of paper. We are just an item. That's why when a child is born, they put their baby on a scale. Every time you go to the doctors, they put you on a scale. You only put items on a scale. The reason why the world is so messed up is
Neil Armstrong said he personally picked up a particular rock, put it in his pocket, and saved it for the Prime Minister of the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Who he gave to, right? And they put it in a hermetically sealed box.
Yeah.
The curator saw my film, says, oh, I wonder about that. In the middle of the night, they expected no one would open it up. He opens it up, puts the rock under a microscope, and it's petrified wood, kind of this eerie, out-of-the-world looking.
That's a fact.
So unless there are trees growing on Earth, on the moon, then it's a fake. In fact, there's a story, it says moon rock proves to be fake, that Neil Armstrong picked up and personally delivered. But no reporter asks, so if the moon rocks are fake, what about the moon missions? 6 weeks before they allegedly go into the moon for the very first time, somehow with that deadline, Von Braun, former Nazi, takes a leisurely vacation in Antarctica.
Yeah, that's a fun
where
one.
he picks up, dozens of pounds of lunar meteorites. I wonder what they use those for. Neil Armstrong said he personally picked.
I keep seeing all these videos, but no one is saying what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the entire system as you know it, the entire way that our planet has operated is going to get a makeover. Everything is going to crash and be flipped upside down. The financial system is going to crash. It's inevitable. Everything we once knew it, the educational system, the medical system, the food system, literally everything is going to be wiped out. And literally everything better for mankind is going to be slowly introduced and put in place, because everything that was put in place was meant to harm, make people sick, create disease, program them, lower their vibration, and create more suffering and distortion on our planet. So essentially what's going to happen is the Great Reset, meaning our planet reset button, because everything that has been is not normal. We literally have all the resources to solve every single problem in the world, but those in power have been working so that does not happen. All of the truths are hidden away from us and kept away from the population because they just want to make money, but the money isn't even real. It's not backed up by anything. So it's literally people, it's so much suffering. It has gotten to a point where it can't keep doing this. Everything you've ever been told is most likely a lie. You can call me a conspiracy theorist at this point, but they're not theories. They're kind of realities. And no, for all of the people who need the physical proof, I cannot tell you the exact date that it is going to happen. But if you open your eyes and just look at what has been happening, it's starting to move in that direction. There's no other way for it to go. People think more shit is gonna happen. It's just going to get worse. But I believe that is a narrative they put in place to scare you and keep you in a low, fearful vibration. What is happening is there is a shift in consciousness happening. People are realizing that, hey, maybe there's more to life that I was told. Maybe, what? I'm just working to make money, but the money isn't even real. Oh my God, I have all these bills, but why am I paying all these bills? Isn't energy free? Why can't everyone have water? And what? It is time to free mankind from spiritual and physical enslavement. People don't think they're slaves because they get to have houses.
I've been living like this for too long. It's getting old. It's getting so old.
And jobs, but they have no free time. They're miserable, they're unhealthy, eating the shittiest foods, doing the shittiest things to just stay alive because they're so unhappy. That is not how life is supposed to go. This is a divine physical experience, and I truly believe that we're here to raise the vibration of the collective individually in our own way. So you must transcend your own darkness. So your trauma, your suffering, your hatred, the way you tune into the illusion of separation, thinking that this person is not connected to me, I don't like this person. No more. You're connected to everything there is. We are all infinite consciousness. participating in the same experience. So what's going to happen? Money is going to start having value again. People are not going to slave themselves away working 3 jobs to make it. The educational system is actually going to be based around education and not indoctrination and deep mind programming. The healthcare system is actually going to use the cures that already exist that have been kept away because disease is highly profitable. Flying cars already exist. Have you not seen the sci-fi movies? If it's in a movie, it exists. Maybe we're gonna have cars that run on water. You don't need.
It's in a movie. It exists. I agree with that. Like mostly of everything that they show in the movie is partially real. I'm not gonna lie.
Gasoline, but hey, money, money. The focus of life will not be about getting rich. It won't be about having all the houses and all the cars, because that is on an egotistical level that you were fed the narrative that you cannot be happy in this present moment, and that you must work really, really hard to get out of where you are, because where you are is never good enough, because you're not good enough. It's about undoing all these years and decades and centuries and generations of suffering, of trauma, of separation, because we are unconditional compassion at the core of who we are. But we have not been acting like it, because everything in this reality was purposefully designed to lower your state of consciousness and dumb you down. It sucks to say, but this is a beautiful opportunity to awaken to that and to realize that you are this infinite spiritual being. And this is all really fucking cool. So what's going to happen is the entire dismantling of the system of everything as we once knew it. And even if there's a lot of unknown and uncertainty, this will 100% be worth it. And I know at the core of my being that this is what I'm here for. To bring love back. But to bring love back globally, you have to do it for yourself. You have to do the inner work. You have to shower yourself, every part of yourself, every version of yourself, every flaw, every mistake, every dark aspect of yourself with unconditional compassion. It might be rocky. Shit might get a little bit crazy. But this is what we're here for. I wrote an ebook entirely dedicated to this process of awakening, overwhelmment, discouragement. How do I keep existing? Because I believe everything that you're saying, but I'm not seeing it. But how do I exist? I highly suggest you check it out if you need some reassurance with that. I can gladly and lovingly provide that for you. All in all, I love you. Ground yourself in love. Get excited. Express gratitude. Put yourself in a protective bubble. Know that you are always provided for and you are always protected. Because this
Man claims he has more proof he went back in time by going to Radio Shack.
This is definitely
Guys,
a very
I'm in
strange
1998.
video.
As you can tell behind me, I'm at Radio Shack.
Okay,
Let me
let's
show you
see it.
something.
Okay, that
Let me
does
light it
look
up
like a
with my
Radio Shack
flashlight
store.
here. Radio Shack. You see that? Radio Shack. I'm not lying. All the letters are here.
This could just be an old store though, y'all. Who knows? Like, we could just be doing this for views. I don't know.
I came all the way to 1998 just so I could respond to that comment. I'm here at the end of the video. I'm going to show you something else that's going to absolutely blow your mind. 1998. Check this out. Check it out. This is right across the street
I
from
don't know if I
Radio
believe
Shack.
this.
A payphone. A freaking payphone, guys. Just
okay,
like
That
okay.
part's a little crazy because I thought they
These don't
did
exist
away
anymore.
with all the payphones.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
You put your quarters in that slot, and those numbers down there are there for you to dial your phone.
Make a call. Make a call.
I mean, how do you
Nah,
deny
let me
this,
stop.
guys? The Holy Grail, pretty
Good
much.
point.
I'm literally here.
Let me know what you think in the comments
1988,
below.
guys.
And
Check it out.
Stay weird. Man claims he has.
Nah, he just gotta be like in a spot where they just got a lot of old stuff. What do y'all think? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, it's time. Who knows?
The Vatican released a statement on supernatural
I doubt
and
it, though.
paranormal events, and they've essentially revised what they're considering an authentic sighting. According to them, some people who believe they're experiencing supernatural or paranormal events are actually having encounters with aliens, which they're saying is out of their area of expertise. Now, I find it very interesting that the Vatican claims to want nothing to do with aliens when they apparently helped move a UFO back in the 1930s. Check it out real quick.
1933 was the first recovery in Europe, in Magenta, Italy. They recovered a partially intact vehicle. Italian government moved it to a secure air base in Italy for the rest of kind of the fascist regime until 1944, 1945. And, the Pope Pius XII back-channeled that.
So the Vatican was involved?
Yeah, and told the Americans what the Italians had, and we ended up scooping it.
So let me be very clear about this. You're saying that the Catholic Church, the Vatican, they know about the existence of non-human intelligence on this planet?
Certainly.
Keep in mind that while UFOs and aliens are a hot topic right now, there's a growing group of people that believe aliens are just demons, and there's a very interesting theory behind it all. This theory is specifically based on the Bible and the book of Enoch, so I'll go through it as fast as I possibly can. For starters, it's important to know that according to the book of Enoch, fallen angels and demons are two separate entities. While fallen angels were once angels in heaven that got kicked out due to their transgressions against God, demons are the disembodied spirits or souls of Nephilim, aka giants that were unalived during the flood of Noah. According to the book, the souls of the Nephilim were not accepted by God, and so they wandered the earth in a desolate dimension. And since their souls had nowhere to rest, they would try to get back to the physical world by possessing a human or a humanoid-like body. To sum up this theory, if a demon tries to possess or take over someone's body forcefully, then the Vatican may get involved and be able to cast it out. But if a demonic spirit already has a physical body through means of a person selling their soul, or a humanoid being created in a lab, for example, then there's nothing that the Vatican can do, and they are considered an alien. The Vatican released a statement on supernatural and paranormal events, and they've essentially...
I really like deep down, I really feel like they know so much, but they'll never give us that information. They will never. They're not.
The reason why they had to shut down the feminine energy, because they located and they knew where the goddess lived. Your vagina is literally a goddess. Now, let me try to explain this to you. You, as a person that you know, don't exist. You're nothing but a series of events that don't exist, that's put on by a dream of your soul. So your soul is what exists. Your ego is your false self that say that I exist. You see, that's why the Egyptians, you see, they snuffed the brain out, but it was the heart, because that's where the true soul, seat of the soul, is the heart chakra. Somebody want to get that? Is the heart chakra. So now, the soul is the real self, and it is connected more to the vagina, you see what I'm saying, than the false self. So they knew that the vagina was actually a goddess. The reason why they had to...
Bobby be talking on a different level, I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, stop letting everybody touch your hair. Your hair picks up and absorbs energy around you. So all the negative energy that people carries nowadays, you don't want that to be attached to you in no type of way. So start investing in hair wraps just to have extra protection for your hair. Peace. Hey, stop letting everybody touch your hair.
This world hasn't been the same since 2019. You just can feel a different energy in the air. All that stuff was taking place in 2019 and they shut the world down. They really shut down our consciousness. Anytime you hear someone speaking about this system doing some kind of reset, I want people to understand something. We are the system they're trying to reset. And in 2019, they reset everything. These shadow elites do resets every 20 years. The last time this planet was like this was in 1999 when they were speaking about the new millennium, or the world was going to end. Remember, they said the world was going to end because all the computers was going to crash and everything was going to be zero. Well, 1999 was the last time they reset. And if you go back to 1979 and do more research, you will see the world reset once again. Every 20 years, they reset the world. Like I said, you can feel the energy in the air. You can feel the energy when you walk by people, when you speak to people. It kind of feels like people are more robotic. If you go outside, you walk past people, you speak to them, they don't even look at you, they don't speak back. Their faces is always in their cell phones. And people were speaking about the new world order is going to be a great change in the world. I think we already went through that great change. And the great change was more people living within social media. The reason why they reset the matrix every 20 years is because we have something called star seeds. Star seeds come back in large numbers every 20 years to change the system. But once they reset this matrix in 2019 and they gave everybody that in their arm, it actually messed up a lot of star seeds from coming back. So many women actually got that shot in their arm. And women are portals. So if the woman is messed up, the portals will be messed up for the star seeds to come back. I guarantee if you do your research, start from 2019, go to 1999, go to 1979, go to 1959, you will see every 20 years a major event took place that changed the world. But once again, this world is not the same no more. Whatever happened in 2019, I think it messed up the future for us. This world hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, things definitely changed, especially in 2020. Like, yeah, things have not been the same since that year.
He is still alive, and that guy was.
But if he is alive, he definitely old. Check.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hey! That wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice. Can I do it to you?
Yeah. They should never did that.
Okay, ready? 1.
You gonna get her get back. I feel it.
Did you know that Beyonce has a demon? Watch this.
When you're getting ready to go on stage and perform, does Sasha Fierce, when does she show up?
Usually when I hear the crowd, when I put on my stilettos, when like the moment right before when you're nervous and that other thing kind of takes over for you. Then Sasha.
Look at me. Hi. Look at me. Hi. Look at me.
Alexa. Pause. Alexa. Pause. Alexa. Play Tennessee Whiskey.
Tennessee Whiskey by Chris Stapleton.
Is he trying to sing, bruh? Oh my, yo, stop, bruh. Nah, ain't no way.
You suspend it.
Wait a minute, bruh. This dog is funny. Nah, this dog is actually funny. Is he really trying to sing? Oh, this is funny. That is too funny, man. Y'all know I gotta throw the funny clips in there, man.
This video came out 16 years ago, y'all. Look at this shit.
Well, things are about to get a whole lot stranger. This mysterious driver tricks cops into thinking he's about to pull over. Then all hell breaks loose. The officers watching this tape get only a quick glimpse of the man behind the wheel. It's the last look they'll get. For a moment, it appears as if the driver and his car have disappeared into thin air.
Think about it, y'all. His car not that fast, bro.
Yeah, this car is definitely not that fast.
This time, he tries to outrun the police rather than just vanish.
Y'all peep that? Look, he trying to dip off, and the car not fast enough to do it, so how he gonna do it the last time?
As he swerves all over the road, driving like a man possessed. And just when he's wheelie thrown the cops for a loop, he gets back on a straightaway, showing off a seemingly supernatural speed. In just a moment, he's going to make a turn into the twilight zone. Watch. The fence at the end means no way out, or does it? Even watching it again, cops are unable to make sense of it. All they see is an intact fence and nothing more than the vanishing taillights of what the Garden City PD has come to call the ghost car.
I thought that was crazy. Look at this.
Surfaced online back in 2014.
No, that's actually crazy.
Was caught on Officer Joe Hall's dash cam.
He teleported through a
driver for an unsafe lane change. Per standard protocol, Hall approached the vehicle and asked the driver for his license and registration. According to the driver, as he reached over to provide the documentation to the officer, he noticed a bright light in the distance. When all of a sudden, it was as if the officer began to melt and suddenly vanished right in front of his eyes. The driver immediately fled the scene and called 911 from his cell phone. Caught up to the driver, he was detained and questioned. However, when this dash cam footage surfaced, the driver was free to go.
Just think about how many unreleased videos they have gatekeeping. Because y'all know they're gatekeepers of the system. There's a lot of paranormal, crazy shit going on.
That is crazy.
Page, let's go!
That was crazy. That last one was crazy. He just vanished. Like, his whole body just disintegrated. That's crazy. And then the other clip with the car, that car just teleported to a fence or something. That was crazy.
A construction video. Did you see people to move it? There was a guy on site that offered him help. So the guy's like, okay, let's just move it over here to where it's supposed to be. They're rolling it and they turn this corner. And as soon as the guy moves it into place, the guy that was helping him disappeared. And the guy asked the coworker, yo, did you see who was helping me? He's like, man, no one was helping me. The only way the wheel would even move was because it's impossible to do by yourself. Exactly. So they all chilled. They all started chilling in the office where like they eat lunch. Yeah. And there's a picture of like a worker there, and the guy goes, "That's him. That's the guy. That's the guy who helped me." There's an old picture. Yeah. On some Shining. Yes. In the office. You know what the other coworker says? Yeah. He's like, that guy's been dead since 2015. Damn. And in the footage, like, you know how like when you're talking to someone, you like kind of command them, move it a bit this way, move it a bit that way. Jose, the guy, was commanding that guy the whole time. A construction video. Did you see that? It's trending on TikTok, right?
This is why you should never buy glitter again. So the main glitter manufacturer company is called GlitterX. And an investigative journalist went from the New York Times to do an article about it. And there were a lot of like top secret spots in the factory that they couldn't go to. There's a worldwide shortage of glitter, so Chris went to ask like one of the higher ups, like, what's going on? Why is there a shortage? Like, what's happening? He asked for a real tour of the factory, and the guy said, absolutely not. You cannot come on a real tour. We don't do real tours. And he said that you absolutely cannot see the glitter being made. He even said that you can't go to a room nearby and hear how it's being made. He said that even like the companies that are their main clientele don't have access to these rooms and are not allowed to know exactly how the glitter is being made. But like, it's really suspicious that no one is even allowed to hear it being, don't want anyone to know that it is glitter. Do you believe all of this? Let me know and follow my TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube for more. It really helps when you interact.
Sometimes when I astral project, I end up in a person's house and they can't see me, but I can see them. I can literally walk through walls. I can walk through objects. Now, there's been instances where a person can feel my presence. You can literally tell that they...
Let me ask, how many of y'all can astral travel? How many of y'all really practice that? Because if you're able to really do that, you are powerful. That's a superpower, if you ask me. If you're able to leave your body and do that, like, even though we leave our body every day when we go to sleep, but if you're able to just do that on your own will, you're powerful. For real, that's a superpower.
They know some type of energy is in the room with them, but they can't see me. This has happened on multiple occasions. This is how I know the difference between when I'm having an OBE versus a lucid dream experience. Because when I astral project, I'm completely detached from my corporeal body. At this point, you actually feel a difference in your etheric body. You literally feel light as a feather. These consistent instances of ending up being in some type of stranger's house that I don't know. I can see them and they can't see me. I can actually also walk through people. You know, I can walk through any dense object. This actually made me come to the terms that sometimes when we see an apparition, it's not always a ghost. It's not always a specter. Sometimes it can be a person that may just be in an astral body at the time. Now, when you astral project, what transition in the third dimension become visible in that fourth dimensional realm? Meaning that those that died, your ancestors, you now can communicate with them. I've had conversations with my grandmother, my grandfather, my father. I have talked to close friends that passed on. We literally have access to the ancestral realm while we're alive now. In ancient times, the ancestors used herbs like blue lotus and mugwort to help them cross over. To get yours, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies. One of the things I also use is binaural beats or meditation music to block out any background distractions and to help me successfully accomplish getting in the theta state. Once you get into the theta state, that's where the fun starts. That's where you actually successfully accomplish a lucid dream. Going beyond the theta state is the gamma state. That's when you successfully have that OBE. Now you're out of body. The gamma state is when you're at the highest level of cognitive awareness and heightened perception and vibrating at 30 hertz or higher. Sometimes when I astral project,
Yeah, Tiger got aura. Tigers do got aura. Killer whales. I don't know if they got aura for real. I don't know about the whales.
I entered a strange land. This plane of existence had floating land masses. The islands would hover. I remember the sun being very golden and everything was extremely beautiful. The fruit that was hanging off the trees were a lot bigger than the fruits that we have. And in this realm, I navigated via flight. The people were very nice. Everyone was smiling. I didn't want to come back. This is the closest thing I can get to resemble it, except for there was floating mountains and islands and different colored butterflies and fireflies and stuff like that. I personally feel like I experienced one of the 10 heavens that was explained in the book of Enoch because it was a pure utopia. It was beautiful. In this realm, fairies, pixies, elves, dragons all exist, and they're all benevolent. There was no cynical energy in this realm at all. Everything was literally peace. So as I was flying through this beautiful plane of existence, this beautiful utopia, I actually came into a treehouse. I seen this canopy. It was like it was sitting in a tree, and there was a lady sitting in a tree, and it was a man in a rocking chair who was facing this way, so I couldn't see his face. And he actually welcomed me in the treehouse, so I come flying in there, and I remember it being beautiful. It was a lot of vibrant colors, and then I end up walking to the gentleman, and I look in his face, and his face was all crystal. It was all crystal. It was made of green, solid crystal. Now, the man with the crystal face didn't say anything. He kind of just observed me. And as I observed him, I start to get a familiar feeling of this individual. Like I kind of can remember who he was. At that point, the excitement of the experience unfortunately made me lose connection with the realm. But it was amazing. And this was after a glass of Blue Lotus tea before.
Don't you hate that? Like, you get so excited in your dream that you accidentally wake up from a good dream. That'd be the worst, right? You be having a good dream, like, you know, you really feel like you're there, you're in a moment. You wake up out of a dream and then you're like, I'm back here, you know?
Before bed. It's a lot more to this existence than this third dimensional construct. Now I know why the people in ancient Kemet highly revered this flower. To experience high quality Blue Lotus and all other metaphysical products for spiritual exploration, click the link in my bio and visit Holistic Remedies, your extension to ascension. Peace, love, and light to everyone.
Hit me again. Girl, don't you put them hands in. You ready? Hit me again. Hit me. Hit me. Think I'm playing. Hit me. Hit me. See what I do. Yeah, you better hit her.
Hey, get over me.
Better. Girl. Get out my car. Get out my car.
Get out my car.
Cause he bit me.
Did you?
No. Yeah, you didn't stop lying. Nana! Where's Nana?
Did you bite him?
Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah. No,
that looks like he's lying to me.
He's smiling.
Yeah, he's smiling. So yeah, he won.
Louis.
I did.
Hit me again.
I did. Girl, that is too funny, man.
Okay, our ancestors.
Who cut you? Who gave you a haircut?
Mama.
Your mom did? That's crispy. Let me see the side. Damn, man. Let me see the other side. Let me see the other side there quick. Woo! Shoot! Who cut you? Who gave you a haircut?
Mama.
Why you do him like that, bruh? Dang. That is crazy. That is crazy. I don't know who did that, but they is wrong for that. For real.
In 1983, making $30,000 a year is
equivalent of $164,000 a year in 2023 and 2024. Yes, that's right. In addition, the middle class isn't dying. The middle class is dead. In the 1950s, the average household income was around $3,000, and the average house cost around $5,000. It wasn't too hard. Yet, about 2.5 times your annual salary, and you could afford a car and a house. Nowadays, people are making an average of $74,000 in household income, and the average house is around $450,000. So what would be considered middle class? The bare minimum of middle class in America right now in 2024 would be about $174,000 a year. And that's not doing well. That's just meeting the bare minimum.
In 1983,
so basically, everybody's poor. That's what he said. Now, everybody's poor now because everything is so expensive.
1983. You guys, I didn't think quantum jumping was real because I was like, oh, it's just a foo-foo. And you know, like, I've done witch stuff and I've done manifesting and it's all real, whatever. But, you know, I've seen the results every time. But I didn't think quantum jumping was real, but I do believe in quantum theory. And I've tried and it never worked, but it worked. You guys. You guys.
What's up? Spit it out.
You have to, it's like anything in like manifesting or witchcraft. You have to do it correctly. But I literally just spent 5 minutes crying tears of joy. I can't believe this is real! Oh, and by the way, as someone who has successfully manifested things countless times, quantum jumping is like manifesting on crack. It's 10 times more powerful.
I agree.
You guys, I didn't think quantum jumping was real.
In Plato's work, Timaeus, he states that the human soul is made up of the 4 earthly elements, earth, water, air, and fire. And this is different than the cosmic spirit, which is made up of a 5th element, the heavenly ether. The art of magic is to discover which substances and actions will promote and channel the influence of the cosmic spirit. You can do this with substances that have a powerful concentration of pure cosmic spirit, such as gold, cinnamon, or roses, or you can do this with music. And this is the principle of musical magic. Marsilio Ficino was a Renaissance philosopher, physician, and priest, and he assigned tones that best fit the stars and planets. The musical piece, The Planets by Gustav Holst, is almost a literal rendering of Ficino's sketches of the planetary music. To Ficino, the principle of musical magic was very similar to how a magnet attracts iron. The vibrations of music could attract and channel the spiritual forces of the cosmos. In Plato's work, Timaeus, he states that
how music can really control somebody, you know, and really change like your mood and all that. Music is really powerful. But you know, they be doing that crazy stuff in the industry, you know. But hey, this is how they, you know, lower people vibration. So
Plato's work, Timaeus, he states
how are crab sticks made? After watching this video, you might never want to eat it again. First, workers throw frozen fish paste, resembling cement, into a blender. Then, a large amount of ice is added. Under the action of the blender, the melted ice mixes with the fish paste, forming a thick, fragrant mixture that doesn't look appetizing. Next, sugar, salt, and other seasonings are added and mixed. After the blending is complete, the crucial shaping stage begins. With the help of a machine, the thick mixture is squeezed into thin, evenly sized sheets. Meanwhile, workers mix edible dye with the mixture to create a red-colored material similar to crab legs. This colored mixture is then applied to one end of the thin sheets. As the sheets move along a conveyor belt, they pass through a pulling machine, creating a texture resembling chicken meat. The sheets are then rolled into round sticks, forming the basis of the crab sticks. The freshly rolled sticks are fed into a machine, where they are wrapped in a thin film and finally cut into evenly sized small sticks. Thus, crab sticks without any real crab meat are produced. Please forward this to your friends who love crab sticks. How are crab sticks made? After watching this video, you might never want to...
Imagine all the other stuff they be making, you know. What is the process to that, you know? That is crazy, though. This is how they do it, though.
It's not what you say you do, it's what you actually do. You've said everything that you want. You said what you want to achieve, but what are you doing to get there? What habits are you implementing?
True.
What circle of friends are you keeping around you? Because everything that you do, if it's not intentional, is not transformational. Saying that you want change, but nothing is being done.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
You are going to get the results that you want, but only if you're willing to put the effort, the time, the dedication, the sacrifice to get what you need. This should really be a year of calling yourself out on your own bullshit. You know yourself better than anyone. If you want to achieve something this year, let it be you actually call yourself out, right, for the things that you're not doing, and hold yourself accountable to actually achieve those goals. You really have to be your biggest cheerleader. Like,
true.
If you're not cheering for yourself and sticking to the things that you say you were gonna do, you're not gonna evolve and you're gonna remain. And you know you can't remain because remaining has not been helping you. Let's go, we got this. The growth is here. It's growth season, baby. Growth season.
Indeed. That's what's up, man. Good message. I don't know who this is.
It's not what you say you do.
What did he tell him? What did he tell him? Nah, that is crazy. Why does cat just whisper in his ear and he just punched him? Damn, she cheating with a dog, bro. What? Nah, somebody said this in the comments, bro. He knocked her down like a pimp named Slickback. What? This was crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what that was like. They was working together or something. I don't know. I think I just witnessed a murder. Wow. And he's just gonna sit there like he ain't do nothing.
Just adding human DNA to every animal just to make it cool looking or a better pet is getting ridiculous. That's so clearly hybrid human cat. Look at its face.
That's
just
crazy.
Adding human DNA to every.
Why that cat got like a beard almost? Like what?
Coral, you dirty bitch. Here I am on my lunch break thinking about how if Nemo mama would have survived, he would have never gotten lost, and that his daddy was just so irresponsible. Come to find out, barracudas don't even eat clownfish eggs, nor do they eat clownfish. But you know what animal does eat clownfish eggs? Clownfish. Here I am Googling Finding Nemo mama name so I can refer to your tacky ass formally. And I find Finding Nemo mom theory. I said, what the hell is the mom theory? So apparently after Finding Nemo came out, marine biologists were like, nah, barracudas don't eat clownfish, but female clownfish will eat their eggs, absolutely. Which then led to everybody asking, well, if she ate all the eggs, then why was Marlin looking for Nemo? Same question I had. To which somebody responds, because he was hallucinating and grieving and he went through all 5 stages of grief. Denial, anger, bargaining, despair, and acceptance. But this is what sealed that it might have been a hallucination for me. The Latin translation of Nemo is nobody. So the movie's name is Finding Nobody. I cannot believe I gotta go to a meeting after that. I'm shook. Bitch, if I had a wig, it'd be on the floor.
Dang, I didn't even know that. And look it up. I saw this already, by the way. But look up Nemo in Latin and look what it translates into. Translate into nobody. So this movie was basically him, I guess, hallucinating. It's not. I guess it did, like, he didn't even. I don't know, but maybe whatever he went through, that's what they was trying to show throughout the movie. Whatever he was going through. His mom, I guess. I don't know, but that is crazy. Finding nobody. Wow.
Animals as omens. So if you see these animals, this is a sign for you. Owl means be careful, something huge is coming. So if you see these animals, an owl, a rabbit, a crow, a deer, a ladybug, a dragonfly, snakes, cat, lizards, and spiders, these are signs for you. Now let's break it down. If you see an owl, it means be careful, something huge is coming to you. If you see a deer, it means that the heavens want you to know that you need to have faith. The spider means a friend will come and provide help. A rabbit means forces of nature are with you, abundance and fertility. Ladybug, messenger of joy and good luck, especially ladybug. Lizard, your dreams reveal something important. A cat, hidden forces and spiritual powers are near you. Dragonfly, omen of fairy present. Snakes, your passion will open gates. And crow, the truth will appear. Go ahead, screenshot this, do what you gotta do, but pay attention because
Hold on. Now am I the only one that just get irritated when you see dogs eat? Like, they do not have to eat like that. They acting like that, like they're not gonna eat nothing else for the rest of their life. You know, that's actually a little annoying to me. Like, look at him. Dang.
Snack time.
Dang, did he even chew? He just swallowed it.
Benito al lado.
Dang.
Taco for dog. Are you
How does she have these cats sitting like this? How? What? Yo, nah, that is funny. So how did she convince them to sit like that? Nah, that's actually insane. What? Look at them. And they really paying attention too. That is too funny.
Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind. No, I won't live to see another.
Who did that? Who did this to this dog? Why? Nah, he's a clown.
Another day, I swear it's true. Because tonight.
Oh my God, that is
in this life. You
CERN is the
don't panic in this life. You can actually, there's no sense of death. Everything goes to sleep and it wakes back up again.
Indeed.
Refolds and unfolds, refolds and unfolds. And if you're wise, if you're careful, because you can remember conscious moments in your life, can't you? You can remember moments when you're like, wait a minute, I'm in a bigger space than just this little body right here. You become fully aware of everything around you. And if you quiet yourself, you can think about those things. Well, apparently I did that at the last passage, because when I came into this life, I woke up, remember, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget, don't forget. And the first thing I did was worked out the flower of life. When I was 6 years old, I started making these pieces. What Da Vinci tried to do at 80, I did at 6 years old because I had been working on it perhaps from a past life. But we know that energy does not die. Energy just reboots itself and reboots itself. So we are eternal. So stop panicking, thinking your life is over. You've done this trillions of times. You get good at it and we'll be perfect one time if we get conscious. Don't panic.
CERN is the largest machine in the world, and you can go to their website and you'll see their symbol has 3 6s, 666. And on their website it says, what is the nature of our universe? What is it made of? This machine accelerates particles at the speed of light. Many believe when these particles collide, they create miniature black holes. Many spiritual people believe that when these black holes open, they're able to observe matter in a different dimension, and that whatever's living on that side might be able to get through to this side. Could you imagine if hypothetically the CERN machine is able to open up into, portals to other dimensions? We know that there's other dimensions. This is a fact of science. You don't even have to believe in God. Every scientist says, yes, there are more dimensions than the one we can see and smell and touch. Like, we live in 3. There's maybe up to 11, maybe even more dimensions than that. These demonic beings have lived in a parallel dimension to ours. They're on this earth. They have cities. Some of the scholars in Islam believe the demonic realm, the throne of the devil, is above water. They don't know if it's the Bermuda Triangle or the Devil's Sea, but in the parallel dimension, that is where their throne, his throne, sits. So imagine now the demonic realm is on this earth, but in a parallel dimension. Imagine if they can get into this dimension and they still have their powers. CERN is the largest machine in the world, and you can go to their website.
Another way to see the Matrix, see for yourself. Okay, let's see. It do look like some computer, like some kind of computer technology up there or something.
Sensitive to energy, you have the spiritual gift of clairsentience. Clairsentience is when you can feel energy in order to read or manipulate it. Whether it's to help others or yourself, it's a powerful gift, and this is how to strengthen it safely. By strengthening your awareness. You are not your body, your thoughts, your experiences, your emotions. You are the awareness experiencing all of those things. And that awareness is always in a neutral observer seat. Now, the more aware you are of something, the more apparent it becomes. And your gift of clairsentience, it's already working at its fullest potential, and you just don't notice it because there's a pile of distractions and mental creations clouding it. But the more you strengthen your awareness towards your gift, the more powerful these mystical experiences will become. The best way to do this is to sit in meditation and focus your awareness on the energy surrounding you and observe what emotions come up, what images do you get in your mind's eye, what sensations do you feel throughout your body, what do you hear, and you want to pin your focus on these energies and pin your focus on these sensations. This is a part of my hyper-awareness strategy, which uses awareness as a way to transcend the limits of the human mind and align with your true divine potential, which you can learn more about by commenting Circle 11. If you are sensitive to energy, you have the spirit.
You minding your business on the side of a motherfucking cliff, and your ops done grabbed you by your motherfucking neck and flew off with your motherfucking ass. Here he come. Here he come. Yeah, what was all that motherfucking shit you was talking, bitch? Grabbed your motherfucking ass off the cliff. Let's go. Let's go for a little ride. Let me talk to you real quick. Yeah, bitch, you remember you was talking all that motherfucking shit, right? Yeah, no, shut the fuck up. We going up to 3,000 feet, bitch, and then I might bite you.
Cool. That nature is cool. That's messed up. Picked him up. Now he gone. That's crazy. That's one thing to get killed, but getting killed and then now he flying you around the sky like what? Dang, that's crazy. Okay, this creature lives inside of you and controls everything. This is literally everyone. When you break down your skin, your bones and all that, this is what helps us control everything. Wow, that is actually insane. Look at all the nerves and stuff. I remember seeing this, and then it said something like, how could you, I think it went like how could you make it seem like you're better than someone when everyone at the end of the day looks like this, you know? But that was interesting, because that is true. You're walking around like you're better than somebody, but at the end of the day, this is you. We all, when we pass away, we all look like this. It's crazy. Like behind all that skin and all that, this is the real you, you know? It's crazy.
In this video, she speaks the truth about consciousness and artificial intelligence. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
If you're trying to sleep right now, please don't watch this. Also, if you just smoked a large bowl of cereal, please don't watch this. Put it in your saved folders for later when you got time. Because you're going to need a lot of time to think about stuff. Because I'm about to fuck your whole world up. Okay, so science has a lot of things that they have discovered that they just put on the bookshelf because we don't know what to do with it. For example, time isn't real. In fact, on the quantum level, everything's happening simultaneously. Also, we can't find the bottom of reality. All we find is the smallest of particles popping in and out of existence. That's crazy. We also don't know where the mind is located. The brain lights up when we think thoughts, but we have no idea where the mind is located. So now we're encountering this thing called artificial intelligence. And it's kind of creepy because, well, it moves a lot like a human being. It recognizes patterns, learns from its mistakes, and moves independently. They say we're mimicking human intelligence, but did we just create what human intelligence, what our mind is? Is this how we started? I would say yes. You see, this whole world that we're in, it's most likely that it's a virtual world.
In this video, she speaks the truth about consciousness and artificial intelligence. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
I think it's incredibly important to listen to the specific words that Grush uses. You know, Grush never said extraterrestrial or alien, he said interdimensional. I think that that's incredibly important because those are the types of things that when we go in there, there's just certain things that I think that it's important that you guys listen to on that.
I'm going to get clarification.
Yes,
you said interdimensional. I mean, now, what does that term, is this something that bends time and space? What are you getting at?
I think that Grush, when I had talked to him on whether these were specifically extraterrestrials or alien in origin, he said interdimensional. He refused to use certain terms, and I think that's incredibly important because I think that that's really the question we're all wanting to know, right? And so I'm actually going to have a sit-down conversation with him and ask him to come back and talk to us directly because it seems that we are getting more information from the source than going into a skiff and then not being able to tell you guys what we're talking about.
Is this stuff that we just as humans might not be able to understand if it's interdimensional?
I think that we can understand it. I think that it's just, it's an approach, right? I mean, like, remember, we just now for the first time in history really had Congress have whistleblowers come forward credible that we're telling the entire world that there is something other than human life forms. Rush said that those were interdimensional beings. He refused to use extraterrestrial and alien. I think that's important to note. But I think it's incredibly important to listen to the specific
words.
That
goes to show you, like, they really know everything. And they just hide it from the public. And it's so annoying. Like, we deserve that. We want truth and we deserve to have it. Don't you agree? Hey, we deserve that truth. All the suffering and pain we go through, you know, and we still going through it to this day. Like, we want truth and we deserve it.
Brain is always looking for evidence to confirm what you have told it.
So if the story in your mind is things are always shit and never working out for me, your brain is going to cherry pick everything in your life that reinforces that. This is why when people start to say things like, show me how it gets better, I know it can get better than this. It starts to, because your brain is going to start looking for evidence for that to be true. It's a confirmation bias, and it doesn't have to be rooted in negativity. Your brain will start to cherry pick the things that are good and that show that life has the capacity to be better. Your mind is just doing its job. It's looking for proof to reinforce the reality that you have created for yourself up there. So be intentional about the reality you're creating. The brain is always...
That's real. Words are powerful too, so hey, be careful.
Obviously, Terrence Howard, he's had an awakening of some sort, so hats off to the brother for that. Because, first of all, it takes a lot of courage to even come out in such a mass setting like that, on a big stage, on your own platform, and then say, hey, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why I'm stepping back. I think he made even a reference to the fact that, you know, why am I going to perform on stage for tips when I could be tapping into this unlimited source of energy, you know, so to speak, is what he was really trying to say. And he dropped a lot of information in a very short period of time and may not have been able to exactly articulate specifically what everything he said meant.
I've made some discoveries in my own personal life with the science that, you know, Pythagoras was searching for. I was able to open up the flower of life properly and find the real wave conjugations that we've been looking for 10,000 years. Why would I continue, you know, walking on water for tips when I've got an entire generation to teach a whole new world? Well, let me put it this way. All energy in the universe is expressed in motion. All motion is expressed in waves. All waves are curved. So where does the straight lines come from to make the platonic solids? There are no straight lines. So when I took the flower of life and opened it properly, I found a whole new wave conjugations that expose the in-between spaces. It's the thing that holds us all together.
Wondering how the universe really came to be.
Obviously, Terrence Howard, he's had an awakening of some sort, so hats off.
It is dope seeing this, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like a dude that used to, you know, be in the movies and stuff like that. It's cool. But you can't trust him completely, you know.
This TV show is the reason I believe in the Mandela effect.
Did we travel back in time? Damn it, the same year. The machine created random changes to the present by altering small events in the past. Now we're in timeline B, where I have no mustache, and the Berenstein Bears are spelled Berenstain Bears. Bears aside, is this gonna make us any money? Money? This machine alters reality itself. If we could perfect it, we could become gods, and no one could stop us.
I'm too rich to die!
If you're gonna kill us, do it quick.
Our machine is tampering with unholy godlike forces not meant for man. That's our job.
Who the hell are you, Dorito-headed dipshit?
We are the power behind all things, the true rulers of the world. We ask only that you dismantle Project Reboot.
This TV show is the reason I...
Inside Job was really a woke show right there, man. They spoke a lot. If you haven't watched that, go watch that for real.
Show is the reason I believe in them.
Back at it on the Schumann resonance and with the solar flares right now. This is going to be an intense week. We also have the full moon energy in Sagittarius here. It's very important to stay as grounded as possible because we're already feeling it in the head. People are going to get head pressure, feeling like you're crawling out of your skin, tingly body. Really important to drink a lot of water because this is massive energy. The full flower moon is here, and this energy alone in the full moon is going to be life-changing. Now we have these solar flares and the Schumann resonance spiking. So all of this coming together, and we just had the Jupiter Cazimi. This is shifting timelines for us. So there's going to be a lot of rapid, accelerated change. We were leading more into alignment with love and bringing in new harmony into our life. But in the midst of all of that, we have have to be shaken up and really changed at a cellular level. So this is happening at a very quick rate right now. It is powerful energy coming in. Let us know in the comments how you're feeling, because there's a lot of people feeling different things, so we can get a collective read. And also, if you have any suggestions on what is helping you move through this energy, I know we're probably going to get a little bit of sleepless nights and really lethargic. I get tired when we have a lot of these solar flares, so anything you can make suggestions for to help us all out in the comments is so appreciated. I love you, fam. And I am doing a full moon ceremony tomorrow on the 22nd at 12 p.m. PST. That link's in my bio. I hope you can join. Back at it on the CMOS.
And what does that do for you?
Nah, how did he get the ball? Oh. Let me see that one more time. Hold on. I don't get it. I don't understand how you got the ball. Right here, it don't look like what? That's a glitch for sure.
Anybody else starting to feel like we jumped into a different timeline? Because things are not adding up. Like, has anybody else noticed the days are starting to go by way faster than they used to? And Picasso was alive at the same time as Charles Darwin and the rapper Eminem. Even our organs are changing places in our body. Like our hearts used to be on the left side of our body. Everybody knows this. In cartoons, you would get hit or shot in the heart, you would die. But now all of a sudden our hearts are located in the center of our chests? Not in my timeline. And I remember distinctly there was a robber emoji. Like a robber. Where did it go? Oh, and you remember the song with Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal? Well, the lyrics in my timeline went, you've been hit by, you've been struck by a smooth criminal. Now it goes, you've been hit by, you've been hit by, you've been hit by, you've been hit by a smooth criminal. When did he say hit twice? Ain't anybody else starting to feel like we jumped into a different timeline? Because things are not adding up.
Bless means be less you. Appreciate is appreciate. Awake means awake, which is an event where the family gather together before a funeral. Mourning is an expression of sorrow for someone's death. Job is Hebrew for prosecution. You are taught to specifically say the vowels in this order, where the last three words say I-O-U, because they are programming you to remain a slave. Every word you say is shaping your mind, and your mind is a mirror of your external world. This is why abracadabra means I create when I speak. The words I am can be used to direct vibrational frequencies into your morphinogenic field and have the ability to change your genes. When you use the word the, you're referring to God to bring it into existence, because the comes from theo, which is Greek for God. The weekend is when you're weakened from the weekdays, when you're in a daze, when you are in physical shock or unable to think or react properly. Bless means be less.
That's crazy. We really call it weekend. Weekend.
He just admitted to selling his soul on live. The Shay Frost and DDG.
They don't really know I really sold my soul on this bitch. Just for my nigga. Yeah, we done sold our soul. They don't really know I really sold my soul on this bitch. Just for my nigga. Yeah, we done sold our soul, nigga. Woo! Money. We done sold our soul. We done sold our soul. Nigga, we in.
Even though a lot of people might perceive this as a joke, there's a lot of truth behind a joke, right? Now, there's some scary reaper that snatches the soul out your body. But I guarantee you it's a lot of things that they do for the check, for the algorithm, that they don't want to do, right? Yeah. Now, a lot of people was on Daryl Granberry when he did this, right? And they believe that he sold his soul. But I think this is just a marketing tactic. You cannot sell your soul. It's impossible. So if you're watching this video thinking I'm going to show you some gematria off a checkboard and this is the reason why he's a Mason or he's a Illuminati, bro, that is some internet shit. You need to get off of the internet, bro. True Mason, like true people in orders, they don't reveal. There is no revealing. You would never know. There is no I'm Illuminati. You feel me? Black folk. If you got melanin in your skin, bro, and you not attached to certain royal black nobility families, it should get deep, bro. But certain bloodlines don't get in. And let's just say 99% of populations on this planet, your family ain't get in, bro. He just admitted to selling his soul on live. The Shade Frost and D.
That's crazy. I seen this live stream too. They was really rapping about that. Like, what? Well, that is gonna do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, got something out of it, was entertained in some kind of way. Okay. I'm sending peace, abundance, prosperity, good health your way. Please make sure you take care of yourself. And if the weather is nice, get outside. Okay? Please. Get some of that sunlight, get some nature in you. Alright? With all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.